I'll share with you an interesting incident that took place. I was coaching one of my long-term client. He's a young man in his 20s from a well-to-do family, but relatively, slightly shy. And he has a problem with women. So he takes a lot of my mentoring when he wants to deal with women. Okay. So the problem, one of the core issues, he's an Indian, by the way. He's an Indian, but he has been educated abroad. Again, a lot of Western countries, moved around. So despite the fact of being with in Western cultures and travel the world, and he's still shy. Okay. And the biggest issue is, even though he has money, even though he has the means to take his dates on, to very expensive places, he tends to overanalyze too much. He overanalyzes how to dress, what to wear, even to the point of what perfume and what should I dress, what should I talk. He overanalyzes too much. Okay. And he has also made the mistake, which I have to correct him so many times. He wants to impress. He wants to impress. Which I told him, don't impress, express. On top of that, another problem which he has constantly done is, he likes to memorize statements, questions. He's trying to follow the, that pickup artist genre. Over there, I told him, see boss, listen, the goal of a date, the goal of meeting a female is not to take her to bed and beat your chest like I'm the alpha male. The goal of a date should be, you're meeting another human being, a person. Do you have the 3 C's? What are the 3 C's? Do you have chemistry? Do you get along? Do you feel the sense of charisma? Does this person interest you? Number 3 is communication. Do you enjoy each other's company and do you enjoy listening to each other? The rest, everything else, sex and romance, is a byproduct. If on the other hand you reverse it and focus on sex and romance first, you'll end up with someone who you enjoy sex, but you fight like mad cats and dogs, and she becomes a witch when she's in a bad mood, and then you simply complicate your life. Okay? And I told him one of the key problems that I find with especially Indian men, this thing is in their head, especially young men, that the reason why they're dating is for sex. They want physical intimacy. And they want to make sure that they get it as soon as possible, as quickly as possible. In fact, I've told my young clients, do you know if you stare at a female's breast or you're looking or checking her, your eyes go linear, like straight, so they can make out where you're looking, while females tend to have a wider spectrum. Hi. Hello. Hey, baby. Go. You have to go to her. Go. So women, when they view, they have a peripheral vision. They can see wide. So you can't make out if she's looking like this, she's looking here, she's looking there. This takes practice, which I've trained myself when I was young. Now it's just normal. And you can improve, I'm sure you don't know, how can I improve peripheral vision? Driving. When you drive, if you have a broad view, you can make out even when someone's coming to the left and right. But when men especially, when they are on a date and with a female, they will stare right at that area. So don't do that. Okay. So I told him, so when your agenda is sex, the female can sense it a mile away and she will know it in seconds. The problem is, majority of the men, that is their agenda, and that is why they meet women, and that is why they are desperate and they fuck up and they try too hard or they try to impress, and it just becomes a very stupid experience. It's like the girl is just fed up. That's why when a girl sends message to any Indian guy, he says, oh, I love you. show me Bob's, show me Vegine. That's why this meme or this joke is there. Or they'll send 100 messages to the female. I said, the solution to this is, think you're talking to a guy. Would you send him 100 messages? He said, no. Would you try to impress him? No. Would you say, hey, please talk to me? He said, no, fuck no. That is exactly how you should communicate to a female. Normal. She's a human being. And, when he was still harping about this female, I said, okay, I want you to imagine that this female has STD. She has AIDS. Any sexual contact, a kiss, saliva, or this thing, you'll get AIDS. Is it worth it? He's like, hell no. Okay, number one. Number two, if you found out that this female, after talking, is a transgender, is actually a guy, has a dick and balls. So would you try to impress? He said, yuck. I said, yeah, because it's not your thing. So I want you to talk to this female, thinking she has HIV AIDS. Now would you be under pressure to perform and try to get her to bed? She said, no, I'll just talk to her normal. Very good. And if you knew a transgender, he's saying, I wouldn't want to talk the first place. Well, let's assume the person's, your work colleague or your boss's son or daughter, and you're just talking. See, I would just be normal, like, hey man, how are you? Or if it's a girl, hey, hi, how are you? I would just not care, but I would be respectful. I said, exactly. Only difference is, I want you to show little bit of interest, because it's a date, and respect. Respect is paramount. Okay? And, if you were to see, let's say, your boss comes, and your boss introduces his daughter, would you look at her lustfully? He said, absolutely not. Saying, I'd be a gentleman. I would treat her, hi, how are you? Normal courtesies. I want you to treat her like that. Think it's your boss's daughter, and plus your boss is sitting with you guys. So you'd be a good listener, you'd be observant, you'd be respectful, you'd treat her like a human being. Your headspace wouldn't be, I want sex. It'll be, it's just an experience. I said, I want you to use this approach. So we kept practicing. I kept giving him dialogues and asked him, what questions would you ask her? What if she asked you this? What if she asked you that? What would you say? What if she asked you, let's say, what are your weaknesses? Can you tell me, let's say, tell me about you, or stuff that generally a guy and girl would ask. So every answer that he gave me, I told him the plus point, I told him the minus point, and I told him how to answer this. Because remember, as you're trying to gauge the girl and you have your agenda, the girl is trying to gauge you and she has her agenda. Okay? So I don't keep that in mind. And I just told him, see, listen, don't get into meeting a girl and acting as if she's the only girl you're going to meet in this world, and she's the only one you're going to have sex with, and she's the only one you're ever going to meet. I said, in your life you have met how many? 40, 50 females? So yeah. When you look back, did they have any impact in your life? I said, no, I just met and that was it. This is another one. You met and that is it. But now, the difference between before and now, before you're not being guided. Now you're being guided properly. So then he asked me, so what is my agenda for meeting this female? I said, experience. Experience for you to discover you, to learn, to grow, to become better, and eventually, each of these interactions with each and every female, you're finally moving towards, hey doggy. See? Hey doggy, how are you? Big bulldog. Oh doggy.
Do you have a snake?
Yeah, I know, snake bite. Yeah, your grandma might have. He okay now?
It's okay now.
He take him to Bangkok, huh?
Sorry?
After snake bite him, he take him Bangkok?
Oh, no, Yangnam Hospital.
But he was okay? Danger, no? Hmm.
But now go 1 time or 2 times.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, take care. So I told him, the agenda is to have an experience, to learn, to discover, and to become better. I said, just like when you were driving the first time, when you started driving your car the first time, you must have been holding your hands on the steering wheel as if it's going to fall out. You were nervous. You didn't know whether to look at the mirror. You didn't know whether to look at the side or this side. You were trying to wonder where to put your foot, when to move the gear. He said, yeah, I was. Oh, today I found 1 baht. No, 10 baht. Very good. Found a treasure. Yee. Highest I found is, I think, 1,000. But my wife, when I gave it to her, she foolishly gave it to someone. Yeah, that's another story. So when I walk, I always find something. Okay. So what was I saying was, where was I? Yeah. I totally forgot. Where the hell was I, man? Okay, let's move on with the chain of thought. So, this is crazy. I don't even remember. Okay, let's move on from. See, when two people meet, they are trying to discover each other, trying to find out if either of them is a perfect fit, and where can they take the relationship. See, end of the day, remember this much: whomsoever you are meeting, guy or girl, each one has their own agenda. Each one is trying to evaluate the other. The mistake you can make is assuming the other person is dumb, assuming that you can impress the other person, assuming that, the person can't see through me. I've always told my clients, think the person you're meeting is more intelligent than you. Think the person is better than you. Think the person can read through your thoughts. So, be very clear, very specific that you are there to discover who this person is, being your natural self, and having the best of the experience. There are only two possibilities. Either it'll work or it'll not work. In either case, if it doesn't work, you didn't lose anything. You're the same person before, you're the same person after. You didn't lose anything. Okay? But if something does happen, well, you will benefit, she will benefit. So, end of the day, see, we all learn and grow and make mistakes. Perfection should not be the key. Don't target to aim for perfection. Don't overanalyze. Don't complicate things. Yeah, I was talking about driving, no? So when you drive, you're looking at everything. But now when you drive the car, it goes automatic gear. Like you just sit down. You don't even remember where you're looking. You don't even remember where you put your hand. You don't remember where you put your leg. But the machine and you have become one, right? So same way when dating or getting to know people, there will come a day where you'll just go with the flow, man. And that comes with age, experience, learning from your mistakes, and discovering who you are. So this is what I told my client, and this is what our conversation ended. And it was really nice to see. We had, by the way, almost a 3-hour session. So it was really good. A lot of practice. I would throw him a question, he would answer, tell him how to improve on this. He would ask me his questions, I would tell him how to answer, then I would repeat it. So finally he's ready. But I think the most powerful strategy I left him is, assume that this girl you're going to meet has STD, she has AIDS, and she is transgender. She has a dick and a pair of nuts. So would you be under pressure to impress her? Yeah, no way. You got your answer. So that's where it ended. So I hope you got some value with this little bit of free coaching. So I shared it with you guys because many of you asked me about women, and so let me know your thoughts. I know this is very basic, fundamental, and most of you know all this. But do you think you could add some more tips? It would be nice. Do mention it down below. People read it, it'll help in the engagement. Guys, take care, and yeah, I would love to know if you have any tips to offer. I'll always read them. You guys take care. This is me signing off.